It's time.
She's spilling the tea.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, the talk is back on the air. This is after all of the controversy with Sharon Osbourne, and Sharon Osbourne is clearly no longer with the show. Filling in also on the show was Donald E. Grant. He's an expert on diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. Also, Anita Phillips was on this episode, a trauma therapist and life coach to help guide the conversation. Now, some of the things that were discussed on the show, Sheryl Underwood did the opening statements.
We haven't been together at the studio since the week of March 10th, and as you may know, during our break, Sharon decided to leave the talk. We need to process the events of that day and what happened since so we can get to the healing. Over the next hour, we will honestly discuss what occurred and explore some of our feelings. And we'll also show you how anyone can become more comfortable discussing important issues and having difficult conversations. And by the end of the hour, we want everyone to feel empowered and ready to move forward.
All right, Sheryl Underwood also talked about the whole thing with the angry black woman. She didn't want to be that and said she...
Did she decide not to come back, or was she fired?
It's hard to say. Some people are saying that she chose not to come back. Some people are saying that they allowed her to say that, to save face. I don't know personally, but there's two different stories going around. Now, according to Sheryl Underwood, she didn't want to be the angry black woman, but she also can't even watch that episode.
I saw a composed, clear, confident woman, but what we didn't see what was going on inside.
Well, I didn't want to escalate things with Sharon because I thought I was having a conversation with a friend, but also I knew I had to be an example for others to follow because I didn't want to be perceived as the angry black woman. And that really scared me. And it's difficult to go back to that day because I just feel the trauma. I feel fearful, a little apprehensive.
I love this discussion. Charlamagne the God talking. I would like to know, where has not being the angry black woman or angry black person got us? Why are we always compromising ourselves for our oppressors? Why can Sharon Osbourne catch an attitude, come off as angry, and it's all good, but a black person who has the right to be angry has to temper herself? My therapist says, feel your feels. Okay, and black people, women and men, we have every right to be angry and every right to express that anger, because if you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. Zora Neale Hurston, by the way.
Yeah, there's always this whole thing about being the angry black woman. As soon as you speak up for yourself, you're angry. As soon as you show some type of emotion or passion about something, you're the angry black woman. And then there's that people don't take it seriously.
And I'll say it again.
And so I think for Sheryl Underwood, and it's something that black women have had to deal with forever now, just not wanting to be out of control of your emotions.
And I'll ask the question once again, where has not being the angry black woman or angry black person got us? Not coming off angry has gotten us nowhere. Yes, we're angry. Yes, we pissed off. Yes, we flipping over tables. Enough is enough. The time for playing small has been over, and it's gotten us nowhere. Raise hell, get angry, and if you're not angry, then you're clearly not paying attention to what's going on in this country.
And I think she also felt like Sharon was her friend.
Oh.
And that was one of the things, too, between the two of them.
I get angry at friends.
I'm sure that also affected her as well. And they were on TV. So, and they also have said, by the way, that Sharon is going to talk when she's ready, according to an insider. She wants to give her side of the story still. I thought she had already done that.
Word. What was that whole thing with Kevin Frazier? You got to laugh at the absurdity of all of this. You really do. How many sides does she get?
Sharon Osbourne never issued a private apology, but Sharon Osbourne then showed some screenshots that showed text to Sheryl Underwood that went unanswered, and Sheryl Underwood did confirm that Sharon Osbourne did text her, but she didn't answer because she didn't know if she was allowed to, given the internal investigation taking place.
I saw Sharon Osbourne tweet out yesterday a video of a bear rubbing his back against a pole while Genuine Pony was playing. She's so unbothered. So unbothered. That's why you
follow her?
No, I just saw the post. I think I saw it on Shade Room or something. That's why you got to be like F them people. There's nothing wrong with being angry. You have every single right to be angry, and don't let nobody tell you different.
I'm with you. Goddamn right.
All right, now The Weeknd sold his house for $19.3 million. It was his Hidden Hills home. He had originally listed the house last June for $25 million, but then he did a price cut, $19.3 million. The person who bought the house is Madonna. So Madonna has bought The Weeknd's old house. Now, initially, he bought this house in 2017 for $18.2 million.
So he made
At least he
he made
didn't really
1.1.
lose.
Yeah, he made 1.1 million on it.
Unless he did some renovations.
Did you just say a little 1.1?
No, a little 1.1. He made 1.1 million.
You know how much $1.1 million is? Do you know 50% of America doesn't have $250 to spare? And you said a little $1.1 million?
Well, here's another little bit of money for you. They're saying Nas could net $100 million when Coinbase lists on NASDAQ, when that cryptocurrency exchange. They said that's expected to reach over a $100 billion in valuation when they list their stock on Wednesday.
Dropping the clues bombs for Nasir Jones.
Shout out to Nas, man.
You
That's
can't
amazing.
even spell NASDAQ without Nas at this point in life. Okay, how many times has Nas been a part of these deals? It's like his third or fourth deal like this. Mm-hmm. You can't even spell NASDAQ without Nas at this point. I think. How you spell NASDAQ? You're saying yes, right?
Yeah, it's
No,
NES.
you're right.
Okay.
It's NES.
Okay.
All right. So, yes, looks like they've been making some really smart investments. His investment
Not
firm is
mad at him.
Queensbridge Venture Partners.
Hey, man.
And they got into Coinbase back in 2013 when it raised $25 million. Around that time, it was valued at about $143 million. So Queensbridge, like I said, is the name of his firm. They also were a backer of Robinhood in 2013 and then later on Lyft and Dropbox, too.
Hey, Nas took it to heart when Jay-Z said, smarten up, Nas. Okay?
He sure
Let me
did.
show y'all something.
All right. Well, that is your rumor reports.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now we got front
imagine
page.
enjoying all that money with the great hairline Nas still has at 44 years old. That's a great feat.
I think Nas is older than 44, but
Yeah, I
that
think
hairline
he's-
is amazing.
Either way, hairline's incredible.
Hater. All right, now we got front page news coming up.
Yes, and let's talk about this Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. Apparently, there are some serious concerns, and we'll tell you
boy.
what those are.
All right, we'll get to it next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.